Hey y'all, this is Toya. You're tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all! So, real quick, if you're watching on IG or on Facebook, it's a link I put in there. It goes to the YouTube just in case it get cut off, because some people be telling me it cut off at like a minute and a half and all of that. The YouTube is Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya. Again, it'll be at that link. You can copy and paste it or whatever like that. Now, what I want to talk about was church hurt. Yes, church hurt. I was introduced to this term maybe a few years or so ago or whatever. Let me just say this. Church hurt is not like a real thing, right? It's really people hurt. It's people hurt and they hurt you at church, right? And the reason that it's important to accurately identify what that is because if you call it church hurt, what it does is it makes a person want to stay away from church. And such was some of the people out here, right? A lot of times I talk to people, I don't do church or whatever because I was hurt, and all this sort of stuff. Understand this, we go to church because God is good, right? Not because we got a whole clique of friends and all that sort of stuff. That's good to have community because we can't do life alone, right? But at the same time, when you have a whole bunch of people, everybody's at a different level in their relationship with God, and you may get hurt, right? I've been hurt at church before, right? I've been hurt at work before. I ain't just up and find another job. But the moment we get hurt at church as people of faith, we just think it's okay to just jump up and go and whatever else, never get healed. And so what happens is it puts up a wall on the inside of us, in our hearts. And then you go to another church or wherever else, or don't go at all. And the moment, someone mentioned church or mentioned anything of spirituality and everything, then it's a reserve that you have. The thing of it is this, right? Those are people, and God called us to pray for those that persecute us. God said when we are hurt that He is the healer. Revenge is His, not us thinking that we're doing something by holding up some sort of wall in our heart. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I've seen so many people that are missing out on God's goodness and grace and provision because they got stagnized by the hurt that happened at church, right? And again, this is not minimizing your hurt. I'm not saying that it's not valid, that your feelings weren't hurt, any of that. But what I'm saying is if you stop only there, you never get to see how God will work that thing together for the good, right? And so I say all of that because during this time, during some of the darkest times that we've had over the last few years, my husband and I, as far as like with doing IVF and having a miscarriage, and then all of this stuff recently with our home, the majority of the help that we received has been in the house of God. It has been in the house of God, especially with this whole house thing. Shouts out to Missy Chris, who helped us paint, who helped us organize. Casey let us stay with her. Regina cooked the meal for us. Darren came over and helped us pack up and move and unpack stuff in storage. Claire, just so many different people that text and call that got involved. All of those people literally were from the house of God. Now, I say all of that to say because we persevered and got to the other side of the hurt or other side of the disappointment from the other people. It didn't mean that I didn't have to go through some stuff with folk. I did. But you know what? I prayed for them. And I said, God, I pray for them. Whatever it is that they done that hurt me, I pray for them. And I pray for me. Help me to not become what hurt me. And the only way that you can not become what hurt you is if you allow God to heal your heart. And I truly just believe that a lot of people are getting hindered and missing the fullness of God's provision because we put up this wall because of the hurt that has happened at church, or we up and go to someplace else. Guess what? When you get someplace else, if you get all the way involved in the way, God called us to, right? If you get involved in serving, if you get involved in tithing, if you get involved in anything, understand this, if you get close to folks, you run the risk of getting hurt. It ain't about whether or not if you're gonna get hurt, it's a matter of when, right? Because we all have we all have the capacity to hurt others because we all been broken, we all fall short. So in our falling short, we may have caused somebody. We might have caused someone some offense, or we may have hurt someone. But we don't want to be the people that intentionally know this thing and intentionally just run off because we got hurt, or we don't want to be a source of hurting someone else. And the only way to not be a source of hurting someone else is by praying for them, releasing that, and allowing God to heal your heart from that hurt, asking Him for wisdom. God, if you allowed it to happen, you said that you will work all things together, even this hurt, together for the good. So Lord, help me get to the other side of the good. And we've been experiencing the other side of good just in the provision that God has provided through the people in our church. Honest truth. So I just want to encourage someone, please get past that church, allegedly church hurt. It ain't church hurt. Get past this people hurt. Because I'm telling y'all, I ain't seen too many people done got hurt at their job and they just up and quit the next day and said, I ain't going back. Right? Or some of these fast food restaurants or wherever, they got your order wrong. You may complain, but you end up going back. So why is it so easily then that the moment it happens at church, then we just up and go as if we shouldn't have any grace? The same grace that we receive is the same grace that we have to give. Again, it's not minimizing your hurt. It's not saying that it didn't happen. But what it's saying is that I choose to trust God with this hurt. So that way I can continue to allow his kingdom to move forward through me. All right, so this is Latoya. I'm signing out. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share because it may bless somebody else. Peace.